Once again, I want to welcome you all to tonight's pre-market review and outlook. So we'll start by looking at the calendar for the week. That's the first thing I do. What the market opens for the week. I check the calendar to know if days major news will be released. That's the first thing I do. So I've checked and I can see that this week we got a lot of news, a lot of major news from the United States and some other countries. Things to So this week will be very volatile. It will be a very volatile week. Be a very volatile week. So on Monday, Canada will be releasing its CPI data, okay, 1:30 p.m. We've been given the previous and the forecast. So what we are waiting for is the actual data. If the actual is higher than the forecast, that will be good for CAD. Okay? If the actual is higher than the forecast, that will be good for CAD. Then on Tuesday, Australia will be releasing its cash rate data. Then also they'll be having a rate statement and press conference. So Monday, you are considering trading on CAD pairs. You should wait for this news to be released. Wait for this major news to be released before you trade CAD pairs tomorrow. Then on Tuesday will be for Australian dollar pairs. If you want to trade Australian dollar this week, it's best to wait for this news to be released. These are high impact news. Executing a trade before this high impact news is at a very high risk. Is at a very high risk, speaking from experience, okay? Most times before this news will be released, what they will do is create levels of liquidity. And once this news is released, they would sweep buy side and sell side liquidity before, moving the market in one direction. Okay, so you're positioning trading Australian dollar, wait for this news to be released on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, United States will be releasing core PPI, PPI, then Canada also releasing rate statements, overnight rate. There'll also be a conference. Bank of Canada will be having its press conference. That same Wednesday, you can see federal funds rates from United States, FOMC economic projections, FOMC statements, FOMC press conference. So Wednesday is loaded. So personally, I wouldn't be trading USD pairs until FOMC meeting or statement has been released. I would not be trading USD pairs. Now, if I would trade USD pairs before FOMC, I'll be very conservative. I'll be very conservative. I will not take unnecessary risk. So if I'm risking $50 on a trade, before FOMC, I'm going to risk maybe $20 or $25. Okay, I'm not going to take too much risk before FOMC if I'm going to trade dollar pairs because it's possible I will see a nice technical setup before Wednesday. And I might want to take that trade, but I would ensure that I don't risk much on the trade on USD pairs. NZD also will be releasing its GDP on Wednesday. So best time I think to trade USD pairs will be Thursday, Friday. So you can see on Thursday, we have just one major news for the United States dollar, which is the unemployment claims. So Thursday, Friday, and on Friday, there is no major news. So Thursday will be the best time to look out for technical setup on USD pairs. Thursday will be the best time. And on Thursday also, you see we have several major news that will be released on Thursday. So please, this week, be very conservative. This is not the week to be aggressive. This is not the week to over leverage. You don't want to put your account. Okay, so I think that will be all for fundamentals. So next thing I do is to analyze dollar index. Okay, I need to know the strength of the dollar. I need to know if dollar is bullish or bearish. It's very important. So check. Let's see DXY charts. I hope you all can hear me. Let's see DXY charts. DXY. What's wrong? No. Okay, so as you can see, it's obvious that the dollar is bullish, right? You can see that the dollar is bullish. You can see the dollar is bullish and it is still bullish. It is still bullish. Every reversal, every sell will be a reversal. A minute, please. Every sell will be a reversal. Every sell on USD this week will be a reversal. Now, this is not the best time to buy dollar. You can see that dollar is at a premium area now. It just swept buy side liquidity. That's the liquidity residing at this relatively poor high. Dollar just swept that liquidity and it's most likely going to reverse. Okay, though the long time trend is bullish, we should expect reversal on dollar. We should expect reversal on dollar. You can see it has created a fair value gap here. There is a high probability that it will come back to fill this fair value gap, or you see this resistance on support here. After a breakout from a resistance, we expect price to retrace back to retest that level. So these are the areas I will be considering going bullish on the dollar. This is not the right time to buy dollar. You should wait for a strong reversal on the dollar before you go bullish. That's my take on the dollar this week. And I think that is likely going to play out before FOMC. That reversal is likely going to play out before FOMC. Can you all still hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please drop a comment if you can hear me. Drop a comment if you can hear me. All right, thank you. Right. So we should expect a reversal on the dollar, okay? This is where you should have bought. You see, after the formation of this hammer, this would have been the right time to buy the dollar. If you have missed buying the dollar here, you had another opportunity to buy dollar after this reversal. If you have missed this first opportunity, second opportunity, I don't think it would be wise to take a buy from this point. So wait for a strong reversal before you buy it. Those who caught the trend at this point, most of them would want to sell to take profit out of the market. Okay, they want to sell. And if many are willing to sell, price would drop. Are you getting me? Many would be willing to sell at this point because they've made so much profit. So you should wait for a strong reversal. So the buyers, long term is still weakly, is bullish, is still bullish. Still bullish. Sales will be reversal. That's my take on the dollar. Then next is yen baskets. Okay, so the trend on yen on dollar would determine if you're going to buy currency pairs or sell them. Okay, the trend on the dollar. If dollar is bullish, you sell pairs that have dollar as the counter of both currency. If dollar is bullish, but if dollar is bearish, you buy pairs that have dollar as the counter of both currency. I hope that is clear. Then yen basket, we use the yen basket to know the strength of yen. We want to know if yen is bullish or bearish. We want to know if yen is bullish or bearish. If yen is bullish, you sell JPY pairs. You sell JPY pairs if yen is bullish. If yen is bearish, you buy JPY pairs. You buy JPY pairs if yen is bearish. So this is the weekly time frame, and you can see last week candle closed as an hammer. It closed as an hammer. That tells me that the yen is bullish. It closed as an hammer after sweeping this relative equal low. I stated this last week that yen will not buy until it sweeps this liquidity residing at this relative equal low. And that was achieved last week. And after sweeping that liquidity, you can see the pattern that formed there. It's a bullish reversal pattern. So yen is set for buy. Yen is set for buy. Now let's go down to daily. Let's see what we have on the daily time frame. Okay, so you can see the pattern we have on the daily time frame. This is an engulfing pattern, right? This is an engulfing pattern. I see this two candle as one candle. This Thursday and Friday candle, I see it as one candle, and it engulfed this bearish candle. So this is an engulfing pattern on the daily time frame. So we have an hammer on the weekly time frame, and we have an engulfing pattern on the daily time frame. Now, if you ask me, is this the right time to buy yen? I would say no, this is not the right time to buy yen. Okay, this is not the right time to buy yen. It has created a fair value gap here, you can see. So if you want to buy yen this week, patiently wait for price to pull back and fill this gap. This would be the best zone to consider buying yen. This would be the best zone to consider buying yen. As you can see, I think it's just filled a fair value gap here. Okay, it has not filled it completely. Okay, there's a fair value gap here. It has not filled this fair value gap completely. So it's most likely going to come back, fill this gap before it continues with its bullish trend. That is my take on yen this week. So I would be buying the yen this week. But before going bullish, I want to see price pull back to this fair value gap. I want to see this fair value gap get filled. Now, if we apply our Fibonacci, take our Fibonacci from this swing low, because this is the most recent swing low, right? Take it from this point to this high. We want to see price pull back to, we want to see price pull back to a discount area. Now, if we decide to work with this previous swing high to this swing low, you can see that price at the moment is at a premium area. Can you see that? If we decide to work with this swing high, this previous swing high, and this previous swing low, price has pulled back to a premium area, and from premium area, we expect price to pull back to a discount area of the recent swing, which is this, from this swing low to this swing high. So we want to see price pull back to this fair value gap. Okay, so that's my take on the yen. That's my take on yen. Okay, so let's see currency pairs. If there's any pair you're considering trading and you want me to analyze, let me know in the comments section. Let me know in the comment section. So start by looking at GBP USD. If you have any question, also want me to unmute you, just raise your hand up and I will unmute you. GBP USD. So if the dollar is bullish, we should be looking for sells, right? Yeah, we should be looking for sales on GBP USD. Should be looking for sales GBP USD if dollar is bullish. Okay, so you can see the structure we have here. You can see GBP USD has been forming lower high, lower lows, right? You can see it using your trend line, taking it from this high. You can see it's been forming series of lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower low. That tells you that the trend is bearish. Trend is bearish, but this is not the right time to sell. Made so much profit last week selling GBP USD. Those of you that executed the signals, congratulations. Okay, made so much profit last week selling. So this is not the right time to sell GBP USD. If you want to sell GBP USD, you need to wait for price to pull back. So wait for price to pull strong reversal before you sell GBP USD. You can see this has been the best entry for GBP USD. It gave you another opportunity to sell from this point. You missed this opportunity, you had the second opportunity, you had third opportunity, you also had the fourth opportunity. If you have missed first, second, third, and fourth opportunity, tell me why you should be the one selling from the current market price. Even if GBP USD will do 1,000 pips from the current market price, it isn't wise for you to take a sell from this point. As far as I'm concerned, it's oversold. As far as I'm concerned, it's oversold. Those who caught the trend at this point, most of them would want to sell. And once they sell, if they want to take profit from the market, they have to sell and price pull back. So you can see this relative equal high. I see this relative equal high here as a trap. This is the trap for the week. This is the liquidity for the week. This relative equal high. They intentionally didn't fill this fair value gap that was created here. This is intentional. They intentionally did not fill this fair value gap. So this week, I would love to see price pull back. So it means I might sell the dollar. I might sell dollar at the beginning of this, maybe before FOMC. If I see a buy opportunity, I'm gonna sell the dollar. You know what that means? If I'm selling the dollar, it means I'm going to buy GBP USD. So I'm going to buy GBP USD to this zone, but I need to wait for a bullish reversal pattern to form. There's no confirmation on the chart right now to buy. So I need to wait for a bullish reversal pattern to form on a daily or 4-hour time frame before buying to this zone. Okay, so GBP USD most likely would come retest this trend line. Most likely would come retest this trend line or feed this fair value gap. And also you can see we had this support, support stone resistance. You can see this support. And this is a breakout. For those who trade breakouts and retest, you can see this is a support stone resistance. You can see it's a key level. You can see that. So there's a high probability price would also want to come and retest this broken support stone resistance before it continues with itself. Okay, so GBP/USD is still bearish, long term, still very bearish. We need to see a reversal before we join the sell. Okay, so that's my take on GBP/USD this week. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. If you have any question you want me to unmute you, let me know in the comment section so that I can meet your mind. Euro USD positively correlated with GBP/USD. So if you're looking for sales on GBP/USD, you should also be looking for sales on Euro USD. 70 to 80% of the time, both pairs move in the same direction. Keep quiet. I'm in a class. Keep quiet. So let's start with the weekly time frame. Okay, so it's obvious. You can see Euro USD has been bearish. Up to last week, it was bearish. The previous week also, it was bearish. The sell started after the formation of this shooting star. The sell started after the formation of this shooting star. Now, last week, it swept the liquidity residing at this relative equal low. And once the market sweeps external range liquidity, this is an external range liquidity. It's expected to pull back to fill the internal range liquidity, which is the fair value gap or liquidity void. So I would love to see all this gap has not been filled. There's a high probability that Euro USD might want to fill those gaps before it continues with itself. You have this fair value gap here. Okay. We also have this fair value gap. We also have this fair value gap. Okay, so these are the zones I will be looking for sales on Euro USD. These are the zones I will be looking for sales on Euro USD. So what will determine me taking a sell at this zone? The candlestick pattern that forms here will determine. It has to be a bearish reversal pattern for me to sell. But if a strong bullish candle closes above this zone, then it means they're coming to fill this gap. And if price gets into this gap, the bearish reversal pattern forms. That's when I will take a sell. I'm not setting a pending order that when price gets to this zone, sell. No. A bearish reversal pattern must close in these zones before few minutes, please. Few minutes, please. Sorry for that break. Okay, so that's my take on Euro USD. Look for sales. Okay, but if you see buy, like if I see a buy opportunity, a bullish reversal pattern tomorrow or next, I will take a buy. Okay, and my target will be one of these zones. That will be my target. That will be my target. But long-term trend is bearish. You can see the structure we have here. This is high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. That's a bearish structure. You can also use the trend line, apply your trend line. Those of you use trend line. Okay, so you can also apply it. So this is it. That's the trend line. So that's it for GBP USD. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Okay, let's look at gold. I'll look at gold and GBP and that will be all for tonight's session if there are no questions. Let's look at gold. Gold. I mentioned it last week that if gold does not sweep this low, it will not rest. It's not set for buy. Though the trend is bullish long term, if it does not sweep these lows, these areas of liquidity, it will not pull back. I said it last week that gold will not pull back until it sweeps those lows. If it does not sweep that low, gold is not set for buy. So it's still going to sweep it this week. So I think we have a fair value gap here. There's a fair value gap it wants to fill. Let's go down to 4 hour time. There's a fair value gap here. So if you want to buy gold this week, you should wait for. Sure, there is a fair value gap there. There is a fair value gap there. So it has to sweep these lows. After sweeping that low, it's going to use the opportunity to fill this gap. This is where you should be looking for buying. See this fair value gap? There was an attempt to fill this gap at this point. They intentionally did not fill this gap here. They intentionally did not fill this gap here. Because after this breakout, a lot of people will buy. Retail traders will buy. After the formation of this binding candle and this engulfing candle, a lot of retail traders will buy. And where would they have their stop loss? Their stop loss will be residing at the low of this candle. So this will be the next drawn liquidity. So we're coming for this low. So if you're considering buying gold this week, you should patiently wait for it to come and sweep this low. Patiently wait for it to come and sweep this low before you go bullish. If you ask me if it's good to sell gold from this point, I will say no. Not the right time to sell gold. This is where you should have sold gold. Okay? If you had missed this first opportunity, this was the first opportunity to sell gold. Second opportunity, you had the third opportunity here. I don't think it would be wise to, to, to sell gold because if you sell gold and let's say price gets to fill this fair value gap, your stop loss will be here and your take profit will be here. Look at the risk reward. It's like 1-to-1 or even less than 1-to-1. So that's not a good risk reward. Taking a higher risk if they are selling gold from this point. So it's best to patiently wait for price to fill that fair value gap before you buy gold. It's best patiently wait for that gap to be filled before buy gold. That's my take on. Lastly, we'll be looking at GBPJPY. Okay, Mr. Johnson says look at GBP or flat value. So let me analyze GBPJPY. GBPJPY, we said the end is so we're looking for sales of GBPJPY. Looking for sales on GBPJPY. So much pips on GBPJPY last week. I gave the call during the live stream. I gave the call during the live stream. I played some persons executed the trade and it also made so much profit. I made over 100 pips on GBPJPY last week. So you can see what we have here is sell, but this is not the right time to sell. This is not the right time to sell. You can see I caught the move from this point. This was where I caught the GBPJPY. Massive sell. This is not the right time to sell. I want to sell JPY, wait for price to pull back. There has to be a strong retracement. And so we have all this liquidity for you. See all these eyes here. All these eyes here. This is buy side liquidity. All these eyes here, buy side liquidity. and sell side liquidity. And since the trend is bearish, I want to ensure that the buy side liquidity is swept. So this week I would expect GBP JPY to sweep all these highs because there are a lot of stop loss orders, buy stop orders, sell stop orders are residing at this low and this high. So I would love to see GBP JPY sweep all these highs, and it might also fill all this gap, this liquidity void for itself. Might come fill this liquidity voids, this fair value gaps for itself. That's my take. So this is not the right time to sell. You cannot sell from this point. Wait for a strong reversal before sell JPY. That's my take for JPY. Okay, sells. See a good bullish reversal pattern on a daily time frame. Let's say Monday candle closes and it closes bullish. Risk buying it. Risk buying it. That's to strip all these highs and go fill this gap. Okay, so still is buying JPY Monday, Tuesday, but check the calendar to ensure that there's no use for J retreat. Okay, so GBP Australian dollar, GBP Australian dollar. And Australian dollar. Okay, so GBP Australian dollar. Yes, see, let's start with the time frame. Let's not trend for the so last week candle swept the liquidity residing at this low. Okay, and the candlestick that formed last week is an AMA. Okay, an AMA, so that swept liquidity. The most retail traders after the formation of this doji, most retail traders have expected by and their stop loss will be at this low. So last week, the first thing they did was to go and sweep all those stop losses. Set like that low. That they have achieved, and we have an AMA here. So this tells me that GBP Australian dollar is a buy. Okay, it's a buy. The buy. GBP also is buy. Bullish. Look for buys. Let's go to daily. Okay, so on a daily time frame, we have this is an engulfing. These two candles combine together and engulf this, and so this is engulfing for me. So this is a buy. Now we need to go down to 4-hour trade that's created a fair value gap on a 4-hour time frame. First, we need to wait for price to come and fill. You see this gap here? They intentionally did not fill this gap. They intentionally did not fill this gap because they know after the completion of this engulfing pattern and the breakout from this resistance, most retail traders have expected by those who trade breakout strategy have been entered by from this point. And those who trade candlestick pattern would have entered by after the formation of this engulfing pattern. And where they have their stop loss, their stop loss to be set at this low. So there's that probability they might come stop losses residing at this low for going bullish. Okay. On 1 hour, these are the zones I my buy. Okay. Candlestick pattern that forms at these zones determine if I will buy that zone. That's my take on. You can see the pattern that formed there. You can see this is on 1 hour time. This is an inverted hammer. Most of the traders have executed buy after the formation of this inverted hammer. And where will they have their stop loss? Stop loss will be the low of this candle. So they're going to pull price back to come and sweep this low before going. That's my take on trade between Australian dollar. That's my take. You're going to push price back to this area, these zones for going bullish. So it's bullish. It is bullish. It is bullish. We apply a trend line of this 1 hour time. You see that the trend is bullish. Yes, it's a bullish trend line. It's a bullish trend line. So price might come retest this trend line. Build this wave the gap. That's my take. That's my take on. So if on a daily time frame a bearish reversal pattern from Monday or Tuesday, risk selling, okay? And since you're trading against the higher time frame trend, you should be conservative. Don't risk much on when you're trading after trading. You don't risk much, so you risk less. Okay, so that's my take on GBP Australian dollar. Wait for price to pull back. It should be a strong pullback, at least 50% of this first move. Should be a pullback. And apply it for Fibonacci. Wait for take it from this low to this high. Yeah. Then wait for price to pull back to a discount, which has to be below 0.5, 50% level. Okay, before you look for, I can see the fair value gaps we have here are below equilibrium. See that? So look for your price from that area. I hope that is clear, and I think that'll be all for tonight's session. Any question? If you have any pair you want me to analyze, let me know. Let me know. Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. GBP Aussie and Euro Aussie, I think they are positively correlated. So if you are looking for you're looking for buys on Australian dollar, GBP Australian dollar, you should also look for buys on Euro Australian dollar. Any question? Any question? If you have any question, you want me to unmute you, let me know. Let me know. Just drop a comment. Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. 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 For those of you who are interested in getting the ultimate software, tap me. Send me a message on WhatsApp. 1 month subscription goes for just $20. Okay, so indicator will generate buy and sell signal for you. Send it to your mobile phone. All you need to do is just execute the trade, so you can see it. Here's the last yes, it's a one. So it will send you the signal to your phone. All you have to do is just execute this. So you can see this is it. You can see the signal. This was the last signal generated on Eurocard. Time frame, last signal sell, entry price to give you the entry price, to give you the stop loss, to give you take profit. And the risk reward on every trade is 1 to 2. The risk reward is 1 to 2. So same way you have it on your laptop like this, to also be sent to your mobile phone. All you have to do is execute. It's for those of you who don't have the time, watching the charts all day. This software will be of great help. So if you are at work, it's just that your laptop has to be on. Your MT4 has to be on. Okay, your MT4 has to be on. So you can just put your MT4, your laptop on standby. Okay, you can close the screen and still receive the notification on your phone. Okay, and if you don't have a laptop, you can just set it. Use what's it called? VPS. Just install the platform on VPS. Okay, so that you can be receiving the signal 24/7. And the signal drops every 4 hours. Every 4 hours. So if you're at work, you only check your phone every 4 hours. Every 4 hours. When there's a valid setup, every 4 hours, the signal will drop. All you have to do is just execute set stop loss and take profits. And it's also important that you know how to manage trades. And that's why when you get the software, I add you to a support group. So that as the market keeps going in our direction, I will tell you, okay, adjust your stop loss to break even, or adjust your close partial entry, close partial profit, and all that. I'll be posting it on the what's it called, the WhatsApp group. Because many of you don't know how to. I think I'm going to take a class on that, on how to manage trades. After executing trade, how do you manage those trades? It's different from risk and money management. Trade management is different from risk and money management. Many people know how to do risk and money management, but they don't know how to manage trades, how to trade their stops, how to close partial profits. Many people don't know that. So I think I'm going to take a class on that. For those of you who have the subject, I'll teach you, because sometimes I get too busy. I might not even update you guys on the group. I get distracted. I'll close my trade, close partials, and I will not update you guys. So I would have to teach you people so that you know how to know when to adjust your stop loss. For example, if stop loss on a trade is 50 pips, once the market goes in our direction 50 pips, we are adjusting our stop loss to break even. We adjust our stop loss to break even. Once it gets to 70 pips, we are closing at least 70% or 80% the profit we have made at that point. So you need to know these things. But sometimes I might not be available. That's just the truth. Get busy sometimes. I just won't forget that supposed to update you guys. So please, you need to learn how to manage trades. Any question, 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 any question. Have any question? Any question, any question? If you have any question, you can raise your hand up or just drop it in the comments section so that I can attend to it. The next 3 minutes, I would end the session. Any question? Favor Akpara, do you have any question? John, do you have any question? Mr. Makinwa, Mr. Sam. Is that Sami Dausa? Is that Sami Dausa?
Yes, it's me.
Okay. It's been a while. It's been a while.
I'm here.
All right. Any question from you?
Not at all. Not at all.
Please send me a message. Send me a message to get the updates. Send me a message to get the updates.
Okay. I'll do so.
So it appears there are no more questions. No more questions. No questions. Okay. I think I'm going to upload this video on YouTube, so you can always watch the replay. I appreciate every one of you for your participation. Favor, John, Makinwa, Mr. Sam, Stella Okeke. Thanks for your participation. I wish you all a profitable trading week. Ensure you apply proper risk and money management. Apply stop loss on all your trade. Like I said, this week will be a very volatile week. This week will be a very volatile week. So you don't want to take unnecessary risk this week. You have to be very conservative. You have to be very careful. You have to be very careful this week. A lot of fundamentals, a lot of major news. So please trade wisely this week. Patient, wait for your setup, wait for the right time to execute the trade. Don't be in a rush to take trades. Being in a rush sometimes will result to blowing off accounts. When you're supposed to use 0.1 lot size, if you're in a rush, you go and enter 1.0 lot size on your small account. Before you know it, your account is gone. So take your time. Don't rush it when you want to execute trade. Patient. Okay, so that will be it for tonight's session. Do have a wonderful night.